G'day ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zach and welcome back to this week's Hobby Highlights and Headlines, the place where we print, paint and possibly, I've already used that intro. Getting into today's video, I have a couple of things from my Hobby Progress this week. A few new headlines, which thank God it's not Games Workshop news, it is 3D printing news, and a very cool hobby hero that I would love to shout out because they're designing beautiful models. But jumping straight into the Hobby Highlights for this week, I had a little bit of a productive week. It's been a little bit quiet on sort of everything front because my work schedule has been a little wacky, but I did manage to do a little bit more progress on the Dwarf Sorcerer. And I've really been taking my time with it and genuinely been enjoying the process. I got it to a stage where it was in that really ugly phase when I had it before, but I've gotten it to a point where I'm pretty happy and I kind of want to experiment around with a couple of different effects, maybe some little not over the top OSL, but on the skulls, I need to somehow blend it in with the rest of the base because he's kind of standing on a big rock and it looks very weird just having a pile of flaming skulls and nothing around it on fire. Yes, I am absolutely adoring painting that model, and I might end up just painting a whole army of them because they're super fun and very quick and easy. Now, I did also print up some Kaijumon, which for those who want to grab them, maybe as of releasing this video, I might have them up in my store. I'll leave some links down in the description if I do. But I bought a license to buy some Kaijumon and print them up. I think they're pretty freaking cool, and I kind of want to give it a shot, both printing them and painting them, because, I love Pokemon. I've grown up with Pokemon my whole life. It's the very game that taught me how to read. So upon seeing this license, I was like, I gotta get it. I want to see how they sell. So if you guys want to support the channel and, grab one for yourself, jump in the description down below. You can either grab them as singles or trios, which I'm really excited to offer. But for the most part, I just wanted to get them for myself mostly so that I could paint them and have a little bit of fun. Because Pokemon are freaking awesome, and they're making them look like really cool, kind of realistic kaiju monsters is even cooler. And I'm keen to see what they do because Becca 3D, who designs them, has some incredible work, and whatever she does is just super high quality. Her takes on the Pokemon are very interesting. So if you want to check them out for yourself, I'll leave a link down to her thing as well because she is a very talented sculptor. Last but not least, I did also do a little bit of progress on the Ultramarines. I've mostly painted up a few of the Terminators and things. I still need to record, so I've kind of been painting the squads and then figuring out what I'm going to do for the video, if that makes sense. Since I've got 2 Terminator squads, I'll do most of the experimenting on one of them, and then I'm just painting the other one up in the video so that I can get a good idea of everything. But it's taking me so freaking long because, I don't understand why, but it's never taken me this long to paint Space Marines. But I think it's mostly because I'm taking my time and painting 15 models at once, which, has really eaten up my time. So I'm hoping to focus a little bit more on them this week. Possibly even put them to the side for the time being, quickly whip out another video, because I have so many projects that I want to work on and just such little time. But yes, I will definitely be working on something in the coming weeks, and I'm going to go on maybe a new roster in the next 3-4 weeks because I am stepping down from my position at work so I can focus a bit more time on this kind of stuff. But yes, I'm very excited for hopefully brand new possibilities. That also does bring me into a little bit of news for the channel, but we are very close to reaching YouTube Partner, as literally 60 hours worth of watch time away from it. And I am so genuinely excited because it opens up a lot of possibilities for the channel. I can start monetizing a few more things, which is fun, means that I can put a little bit more effort into the videos. Hopefully, eventually, I can upgrade a couple of things because I really want to paint a bunch more Warhammer, but I'm so restricted for time and just kind of some of the supplies that I need. Because the filament's expensive, resin's expensive, Warhammer models are expensive, especially after the price update, which we talked about a few weeks ago. I definitely look forward to the opportunity to hopefully making a little bit of money off these. And just want to say a massive thank you to everyone at home for supporting the channel and watching the videos all the way through. I know that not every video does amazingly, but the fact that people come and watch basically anything that I put up, even if it's 1, 2, 3, or 100 or 1,000 people, I genuinely appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you to everyone at home for supporting me. On that note, though, we are going to jump into our hobby headlines, which yet another week of no Games Workshop news, where it's all 3D printing this week, which is very exciting. First and foremost, I would like to talk about Dao Miniatures Sunforged Kickstarter. I'll remember to leave a bunch of links in the description down below for these guys, if you would like to check them out for yourself or grab the models and support those creators. But Dao Miniatures has a new Sunforged collection. I'm not 100% sure if they're meant to represent any sort of Warhammer faction, if so. But what really caught my eye, and the one bit that I want from it, is the double-handed, like, power fist-looking things. It literally looks like just a regular Space Marine, but he's armed with, like, 2 massive gloves. And I love that. It's such an iconic model, and just something about the pose has really drawn me to it. And I don't know, like, I haven't seen the bit specifically, or like the preview images and everything. You can see a bunch of them scrolling here. Like, I just want that one set of arms just to put on, like, captain, some sort of, like, literally anything. They're just so freaking cool. They've also got a bunch of previews for a heap of other stuff. There is sort of some, like, psychic Steel Legion warriors that are very, very cool. Demon hunters, if you will. Demon hunter termination people. Which I freaking love. That whatever they're doing. They even did, like, a Kickstarter with a bunch of bikes and things, which I really liked. Like, they're kind of taking the Warhammer aesthetic and then putting an alternative, I would say, more futuristic look on it. So it's really cool to see what they're doing. Next up, we do also have the last end of the Maker's Cop models for last month. Now, they released a really, really cool Sisters of Silence proxy, which basically is like, off the top of my head, they were like these like really cool models with like big spears and everything. It just looked absolutely iconic. And you know for a fact, people are going to be painting them gold and proxying them as Sisters of Silence. They look super, super cool. There is some awesome new guard looking things in both like mech suits. And there's also a bunch of troops, and then there's like a big dreadnought size thing, which is absolutely insane. And they've got these like really cool Punisher skulls, and they seem to really be selling like the army aesthetic of like, these are just guys pimping out their armor, making it look cool, and I love that. There is also, they do like a mechanical Tyranid sort of proxy. So they've currently got Gaunt proxies, which look really, really freaking neat. Don't know if they've had Gaunt proxies before, but they definitely have the new ones sculpted up. So maybe they've got a couple of different things if you want to go down the route of a Tyranid mechanical army. And last but not least, there is also a Militarum on like a Mechanid, which I'm not 100% sure what this model's proxying. The only thing that I can think of off the top of my head is like Drukhari, like the cavalry people. I think they have those. Like, I don't really know anything else that kind of runs around and rides dinosaurs, all that sort of stuff, especially for Astra Militarum, because they are from their Maker's Guard, or I can't remember what their like universal faction is. So yeah, not 100% sure what they're proxying, but they're still cool models nonetheless. Having like that Militarum guy on a Mechanid is kind of neat. Next up, we have the Axia models, Tales of the Old World, which stunning models. Like, they have got the old world aesthetic down to a T, and their freaking kits look amazing. I absolutely adore them. The thing that really drew my eye, though, is the tiny little animal companions that they have. They're so freaking cute, and I am an absolute sucker for anything that is kind of like animalistic and kind of dumb looking. It's just bellissimo. And they also fit very well into like the Age of Sigma, Cities of Sigma, that's the words I'm looking for. They legitimately fit perfect into there. And you'll see one of the images scrolling past. They actually have their models next to the ones from Age of Sigma. And like, props to them for painting all their models up for their Kickstarter, because like the majority of people legitimately just have STL renders for it and that's it. But like, these guys have gone the extra mile and like fully painted up quite a few of their stuff. So actually, I think they've painted up all of it with the exception of the stretch goals. So it's cool to see that. I really like it, and it's kind of inspired. Like, I'm tempted to pick it up. Like, I'm not much of a Cities of Sigma kind of guy, but like the little animal companions and little other things, like I'm almost thinking that you could probably use them as like a Mordheim band. Like, that'd be pretty freaking cool. Last but not least, I do want to talk about kind of an older release, but the Dork Factory Corrupted Cybermech. I'm not 100% sure if I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again, because Dork Factory are making some really, really cool models. I notice a lot of their models are kind of teed towards like a Dark Mechanicus kind of aesthetic, and they've done such an amazing job, and specifically on the giant Cybermechs, like the way that they've designed them, and I particularly love like the one with the giant shoulder pauldrons. Something about it seems really, really interesting, just kind of stocky and just really, really intense. I absolutely adore that. So if you guys want to check out any of these guys, I will leave a link to their pages down in the description down below. Either their My Mini Factory tribes or their Patreon. So if you want to grab these models for yourself or support them, make sure to jump down there and do so. Now, leading on from the headlines, I want to talk about today's hobby hero, the amazing sculptor that is Napking. Now, you might have noticed that I think we talked about his models last week in the hobby highlight, and this guy is genuinely doing God's work and creating some of the most iconic kits in all of kind of Warhammer proxy territory. Essentially think like, I think it's like Screeball Miniatures, you know, was iconic for their old world stuff back in the day. Then they had like Chrome-like and things for like Orchid. Napking is basically doing that for multiple factions. He has an amazing like Necron collection. He's got like Chaos Terminators. He's got like Loyal Terminators. And they are some of the most iconic models you will see in all of 3D printing. I 100% can say with confidence. The best part about it is like the guy has so much variety in his kits that you can basically proxy them for a lot of different things in plenty of different armies. And not only does he do that, but he also takes the time to show how each of his different bits and things can be used to basically be any faction slash god slash flavor that you want them to. Like, the amount of customizability on his models is absolutely insane, and I really appreciate the effort and just like the love that he's putting into it. Like, it's obviously a guy who is very passionate about what he does. He knows what he's doing. He's well cemented within the community, not just the Warhammer community, but also the outside 3D printing community, and really knows what people are looking for. And like, I genuinely appreciate all the work that he's doing. And his kits, for what they are very, very reasonably priced. Like, I'll be leaving links to all his cults, his Patreon, all that sort of jazz down below. Like, I really want to give a massive shout out to him, because like, I would love to get to that point of sculpting. Seeing people do stuff like him is absolutely amazing, and kind of inspires me to do a little bit of stuff within my current skill set. Make sure you go and check him out and support him, because he absolutely deserves it and is an absolute asset to the community. I really appreciate everything that he is doing. He is an absolutely amazing creator. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it is time for me to end this week's video. Just want to say a massive shout out to you personally for watching all the way through the video, leaving a like on it, and subscribing to join the community. It goes a long way, and I love seeing brand new hobby heroes join every single day. We're ever so close to 1,000 followers, the big 1K, and not only with that, some big things can happen with those. Just want to say a massive shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, everyone, happy hobbying. Bye.